Hey, it's Friar Phil. I'm headed to the castle. Let's talk about Lego. Hey everyone, welcome back to Friar Phil's Bricks. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we have my childhood favorite. It's the last of my vintage castle sets to review that are in my collection. I've got other castles, but these are my vintage ones. It is the 1984 set 6080. That is right, the King's Castle. This is a beauty. I love it so much. So many good memories. It's part of the Lion Knight sub-theme of Castle. It's got 674 pieces. By far the biggest set that I have from Castle. I think the next biggest is the Guarded Inn that we reviewed a couple weeks back. That has 230 pieces. So by far the biggest. It's an impressive set. We're gonna get it built. We're gonna take a look at it and then get it on the brick scale. Let's get going. All right, let's get it on the brick scale. We start as always with build experience. Now, This is a tough category the past few months because there's such a nostalgia there from my childhood of building these and remembering those builds, and now building it as an adult and just taken back, and this is such a favorite set. And so I've tried to be objective. It's really hard, especially with this set. Such a great build. So let me start with a couple negatives that I noticed this time around. First, there's a lot of repetitions. You got walls on four sides, lots of the ramparts, the 2x1, sometimes 1x1 bricks, and then the wall pieces is just over and over and over again. So there is some element of repetition that kind of took away from it. And let's talk about the portcullis. That is the iron gate that is behind the drawbridge that they pull up, that if attackers get past the bridge onto, they can drop that iron gate on and get some security there. So that build is wonky. Wonky, I love that word. But it doesn't come together, and it's all loose until the very end, and then finally those last 1x3 plates click into place on the back and bring it some stability. I remember as a kid being annoyed with building that part of the set. I was annoyed at once again this time. So those are the two areas of weakness. But despite those couple flaws, guys, this is a castle. Okay, it's pirates and ships, and then it's castle for me. I love castle. This is the king's castle, and it's vintage. It's from my childhood. I can't get away from this nostalgia. I love the three sections, how it hinges together, or you can pull them apart or hinge them out and make it a landscape look. And even the portcullis, annoying as it is, it's fun build. The drawbridge, the rope, the twirly thingy, I can't even think of it. It's late, folks. But anyways, I'm giving this a solid 7 out of 10 for build experience. And on to our next category, uniqueness. Vintage castle set. We've seen this over the past few months. Early 80s, there's a lot of uniqueness going on, and this one is no different. This is the second castle that Lego put out. They put out the yellow castle in '78, I believe it was. This is the second King's Castle that came out. When I think about it, I can't believe I actually have it. It's a statement piece. Back then, you've seen over the past few months the reviews we've done. Most of the sets were smaller. There are some larger ones that I don't have, but not as big as the King's Castle, and so it's unique in that fact, a statement piece. Now let's look at the unique parts of this set, and we're going to start first with weapons. First, that black axe. This is a new color. The axe has been out, but it's a new color in 1984. And then I'm going to go through these quickly. The bow, spears, and the shield, all brand new parts in 1984. The black door for the prison there. Again, the doors have been in existence, but this is a new color in 1984. And honestly, the black door is only found in 5 sets all time. And then the 2x2 slope roof piece with the double convex, brand new part in 1984. The white, the black horses, brand new in 1984. The yellow, red flags, brand new in 1984. The triple plumes on the knights, the 4 knights, those 4 colors, brand new in 1984. Then the saddles on the horses, brand new part in 1984. Then the really unique piece that you'd never know, the 1x2 plate with the arm that's up. This was a new part in 1984, but this is an interesting history. The original version went up only 5 millimeters, and this is the only set with that original version, that size of the arm going up. Later in 1984, they started a new part that went up 6 millimeters, so an extra millimeter. And then in 2009, so 25 years later, they went back to the 5 millimeter with a new part. And so that's what the current style is. So this set was the only one originally in 1984 that had that 5 millimeter. Then for 25 years, they changed it to 6 millimeter and then came back. What a unique history of Lego pieces and that we've got. And then lastly, all the knights in this set are unique to this set. And again, when I say unique, the combination of the torso, the pants, the helmet and plume, the combination of all those pieces, unique to this set, only has those knights. And so this set is off the charts. 10 out of 10 for uniqueness. We had that last week with the Forestman's Hideout. Once again, 10 out of 10 for uniqueness. What a great set. And then third, detail. It's got the gate, it's got the portcullis, the ramparts, the general look and feel of a medieval castle. I mean, you could put this and set it in that time period and imagine this would actually be a castle. However, beyond those details, if you look closer, there's not a lot inside representing the daily life of those who would live in a castle. Now, the only room present is that prison. But you notice there's no prisoner if you look at the minifigs. And there's no other rooms that represented what the daily life would be like. And finally, it's a king's castle, but there's no king. So I'm taking it down to 4 out of 10 for detail. Despite the look, despite the general feel, it's lacking in detail, which again is a common problem in those classic castle sets. 4 out of 10 for detail. Let's move on to category number 4, and that is displayability. In my castle collection from the 80s and 90s, this is the statement piece. Despite having no prisoner, no king, it's got 4 knights, 4 bowmen, 2 spearmen, 2 axemen, and just the look of it, it's impressive, as you saw earlier in the video when we took a look at it. And so it's got that amazing first look when you look at it. I'm going to be critical because of the detail that we just talked about. That second look as you get closer knocks it down 1 point. 9 out of 10 for displayability. And finally, playability. I mentioned in the Guarded In review we did a couple weeks ago that these were made to be kind of a modular. You can hinge them out, you can connect them with that Technic pin, and this allows for that. So you could actually put the Guarded In on the side of this, make it kind of more of a community feel and look if you wanted to put them all together. Lots of playability. The portcullis dropping on the unsuspecting raider, the gate that goes up and down, the minifigures, and on and on and on. It's not just time to talk Lego, it's time to play Lego. 10 out of 10 for playability, out of the park. And so that brings us to a total of 40 out of 50 on the brick scale. Strong score, strong set. It's amazing. I love it. I hope you have enjoyed it, looking at it in detail as well with me today. If you have, why don't you hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Join the community. We'd love to have you. Love for you to be a part. We do reviews, try to do them every week, and lots of other fun stuff with our shorts that have coming out. And if you want notifications so you don't miss one, hit that bell. And as always, give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the set, if you enjoyed your time today, and we will see you next week.